Shop. What is the music of life? Dragons, giants, assassins, thieves guild, towns that hold many people and great adventures outside their walls. And of course Ochako Uraraka would be stuck in Winterhold. Arguably the worst hold in all of Skyrim. There was nothing but snow. So many ruined houses. And barely anyone even lives there. The most interesting thing around was the College of Winterhold, but she didn't know any magic. Even if she did, her parents would never let her go. She hated this city. She wished she could leave one day, but she wants her parents to come with her. But trying to save money in a city where almost nobody visits is like trying to tame a dragon. Impossible. Her family owned the town's inn, but again nobody ever visits. It's amazing it can stay open. The only good thing to happen recently was the Imperials won the war. She never liked the Stormcloaks. They were always racist. Ochako let out a sigh as she looked throughout the inn. Since there was no customers and her parents were on a trip for a few days to get some supplies, she was bored. That was until she heard the door swing open and someone stepped inside. A customer. Ochako thought to herself. Welcome. Ochako greeted the man coming inside the inn. The man was wearing a full set of armor including a helmet with what appeared to be a steel sword at his side. May I offer you a drink or a room for a few gold? Ochako asked the man. The man took off his helmet letting his green hair glow out. I just need to rest for a little bit so I will take a room. The man took out some gold and gave it to her. I'll show you to your room. Right this way, sir. Ochako led the man to the biggest room there was. Hopefully he wouldn't steal anything. Let me know if you need anything, Ochako said. Thank you. The man thanked her and he went into his room. Ochako left the man alone and went to her bar. Well, at least someone came. He seems like an adventurer, so I doubt he will stay for long. I wish we had a bard in here, Ochako thought to herself as she put the gold away. After a few minutes she saw the adventurer come out with some normal clothes on and he sat down at the bar in front of her. May I get you anything? Some ale or meat or some food? Offered Ochako. Do you have any pie? The man brought out some more gold to pay. Coming right up, Ochako took the gold and began the pie. Anything else while you wait? Ochako asked. No thanks, the man said. Okay, Ochako continued the pie and now it just has to cook. Is there a store around here? The man asked. There's one next door but they don't sell much. It's hard to get supplies all the way out here, Ochako said. Story continues below. Sounds awful out here. Why not leave? The man questioned. If I had the coin to I would gladly take my whole family. What are you doing in a town like this anyway, mister? Ochako was a bit curious about the man. I heard about the college. They won't let me in until I can perform a certain spell, the man said. So you already know some magic. Ochako was really curious now. She herself tried magic before, but she couldn't do anything. Nobody would teach her and spell books were too expensive. Yes, I do want to see. The man asked her. Yes please, Ochako nodded. She watched the man stand up. He used his right hand and he activated a spell that looked blue and his body absorbed it. What did that do? Questioned Ochako. The man walked around and he was much quieter. It's called muffle. It makes walking around much quieter. Explained the man. That doesn't seem very useful, Ochako said. It helps to sneak around. The man sat down. Can I ask for your name? Ochako was really curious about this man now. Izuku. How about you? Izuku introduced himself. I'm Ochako. Your name sounds familiar for some reason. Ochako thought she heard his name before. That's not surprising. I'm the Dragonborn after all, Izuku said. Ochako stared at him for a moment before laughing to herself. What is funny? Izuku didn't understand why she was laughing. I'm sorry, but that can't be true. I'm sure the Dragonborn would be extremely rich and wouldn't bother coming to this sorry hole. Ochako said. Izuku looked at her and he opened his mouth to speak. Foos. Izuku used his unrelenting force shout and aimed at Ochako, making her step back from the force. Believe me now. Izuku laughed at her reaction. Why yeah, Ochako nodded slowly with her eyes open. After she recovered from the shock, she fetched the apple pie and brought it to him. Here ya go, Ochako gave him a fork and knife. Thank you. Izuku grabbed the fork and knife and dug right into the freshly baked pie. So how long are you staying for? Ochako asked. Hard to say. I just got back from collecting a bounty on some bandits, so I don't have anywhere to go currently, Izuku said in between eating his pie. I see. Well, as long as you keep paying, you're welcome to stay as long as you want. Ochako said. What? Worried I will bother your customers? Izuku smiled while being sarcastic. PSH. Asshole. Ochako chuckled a little bit. This was really good. Izuku finished his apple pie. Do you want anything else? Ochako asked. Nah, that's all I needed, thank you. I'm going to sleep. Good night. Izuku got up and went into his rented room and shut the door. Ochako was definitely curious. She hoped he would stay longer. And it's not because of the coin. Story continues below. The next morning. Once again, no more customers had come all day. Izuku had left, but he had some of his stuff in the rented room, meaning he was most likely just taking a look around the town. He shouldn't be gone long. It's not like there is much to do around here. Gotta say, I thought the Dragonborn would look much uglier. But Izuku is pretty cute. I can't let my mind wander like that. Ochako blushed and shook her head to get rid of her last thought. She heard the door open and Izuku came inside. Hey Izuku, Ochako greeted the Dragonborn. Hey Ochako, Izuku greeted her back. Where did you go? Ochako asked. To the store to see if there was anything. Only thing I found was this spell book for flames. But I already know that. Izuku held the book in his hands. Then why did you get it? Questioned Ochako. For you, Izuku held out the book to her. Me. I can't. I don't know any magic, so I have no experience. Ochako was a bit surprised that he would go out of his way to buy her something. I'll help you out with it if you want, Izuku said. I would like that, smiled Ochako. They went outside and Ochako read the entire book front and back. Do you got it? Asked Izuku as the snow was falling. I think. Here, let me try. Ochako focused as hard as she could. She remembered everything about the book. She stretched out her right hand, but nothing happened. It's not working, Ochako was disappointed. Your hand is not in the right pose. Here, Izuku grabbed her hand gently and spread out her fingers so none of them was touching. Now try. Izuku stepped back so he wouldn't get hurt. Ochako tried again, but she still couldn't do it. Maybe I am just not cut out for this. Ochako was ready to give up. Don't give up yet. Trust me, it's easy to learn. Izuku trying to encourage Ochako. But you are the dragon-born. You're naturally gifted. I'm just a nobody from a small town, Ochako said. And I was also a nobody at one point. I didn't even know I was the dragon-born till just a while back. And it's not like I am invincible. I have had lots of help from people and I've helped a lot as well. So I think you can do this. Izuku made her feel better with that small speech. Ochako took a deep breath and tried again. She held out her hand and activated the spell, sending out the flames. I did it, Ochako said as she was very happy and jumped in joy. See, just wait until you try something hard, like invisibility. Izuku gave her a thumbs up. Ochako spent the rest of the day trying out her new spell and she eventually got the hang of it, increasing her destruction to 50. Izuku watched her the whole time with a smile. The next day, so you're finally leaving today, huh? Questioned Ochako as she watched Izuku eat his apple pie. Yep. If you will excuse me, I need to go see the Jarl for any work before I come back. Izuku stood after finishing his meal. When will you come back? Asked Ochako, feeling sad that her new friend was going to leave. Who knows? I don't have a home. I just travel wherever I can. Usually people have work for me to do, but there isn't much here, so I will check with the Jarl before I go. Izuku left in without another word. Ochako immediately grabbed all the coin Izuku had spent for the last few days. She opened the door to his rented room and found his coin purse and put all the coin back in. SHW wouldn't feel right that Izuku helped her with magic, even buying her a book, and then charged him just for a few pies in a room for a few days. She waited patiently for Izuku to come back and the door opened after a few minutes. Izu. Hey dear, me and your mother are home. Ochako's parents came into the inn carrying several sacks of supplies. Oh hey mother and father, Ochako greeted her parents from their long trip. Did you handle the place well? Asked her mother. Yes mom, said Ochako. Anyone come by? Her father asked while putting the supplies away. Actually, yes, mother, father, I need to tell you both something. Ochako had come to a conclusion. Meanwhile, Izuku stepped out of the Jarl's keep without any work. Guess I'll just have to look for work at the next city. Izuku thought as he headed back to the inn. To his surprise though, he saw Ochako coming out of the inn with the stuff he had left behind in the room. Did you come to bring my stuff? That's nice of you, Izuku said. I did, but I also want to ask you something, Ochako said while giving him his things. What is it? Izuku asked while putting everything away in his bag. I want you to take me on your adventures. Ochako was determined. Ochako, my adventures are very dangerous. I don't think that. Please just give me a chance. I promise I won't be annoying and you can teach me how to fight. I already know how to use magic now. Ochako activated her flames, showing it off. Ochako, even if you won't let me come, I'll still go out on my own. And I could easily be killed. But if I'm with you, I can be safe. And you can have some backup as well. Ochako had a good point. What about your family? Asked Izuku. They came back while you were gone. I explained everything and they let me go knowing I would be in safe hands, explained Ochako. Quote. Okay fine, you can come, but you should know my next destination is far and we have to walk, explained Izuku as he started to walk out of the town. It can't be that far, said Ochako. We are headed to Markarth, said Izuku. Shit, Ochako was in for a long run. If you don't know how far that is, it's basically the complete opposite side of the map.
Finally, we can relate. Our side by side. This is me. I knew all along we'd find some way to come.